good word.
And when did you set up the operation here?
I started up about 3 years ago. I started the business. I've been doing it for 40 years. I started out in Pennsylvania working for a company, and I was with them for 31 years. And I left them in 2004, and I tried to go work for some other companies, but that didn't work out. So and 3 years ago I started the business with a couple other people, and it was called JFM at the time. So I decided I'm going to put my energy into this, and I did that, and that was 3 years ago. And now that's where I am today. I moved over here in January. Up until then, I was sharing a facility down in Sarasota, and pretty much it didn't show well. And I believe you got to show, customers come in, and if you don't show well, they're not going to be comfortable giving you more business.
Right, especially
So one of my customers came in, the president and the quality person and the purchasing manager came in when I was down in Sarasota, and they said, Dave, you get a bigger place and a nicer place, we'll give you a lot more work. And they did. So that's pretty much how it got started. And now, like I said, we've been here a year. Last January we got this facility, and we're up to 9 people, like I mentioned, 7 full-time and 2 part-time. And we had a really, I'd say for a little company like us, a really good year last year. We shipped a lot of product. I started out sweeping floor in my first job with cable assemblies, and today, to this day, I still treat the employees with great respect because they're the one that make you successful. So, well, it's mostly it's a lot of family here.
Right.
I mean, I only have 9 people, 7 full-time, including myself, and 2 part-time, and my stepdaughter works here, Allison, and her boyfriend. Okay, my daughter-in-law, okay, she works here. Claire's son and daughter work here, and then I have Derek, who is the son of one of my vendors, and then Ron, who I met at, I've known for like 10, 12, 15 years, and about 2 years ago, I ran into him at Walmart's, and I was only like I was telling them all about you, about the Walmart incident.
We met aisle 7. Aisle 7.
Did you know that at the time? So it's family owned and operated and family friendly.
Family friendly, that's a good word.
And when did you set up
the going forward that I'm having written, we tried writing it, but I haven't rewritten, that my executive summary is going to emphasize customer service, personal touch, and that's important. I spoil my customers. A couple of them locally that, I do a lot of work locally. I'm in their place 3 times a week.
Wow.
I even do all the deliveries just so if they see my face, if something comes up, say, hey Dave, come here. We want you to take a look at this, and that's sometimes how I get some work.
That's great.
Works for me. Ron, remember I mentioned I met at Walmart's and he came aboard. He had worked with SCORE in the past, okay, and I felt that I need to have some kind of help, so we approached SCORE, gave a phone call, and told them what we were about. And, I guess they located King and said that he would be a good fit. So we had our first meeting, and he probably said they're crazy, but and that's how the relationship started. About a year and a half, 2 years ago, right?
2 years. Yeah.
2 years.
Almost to the day.
It's taken 2 years to get his point across there.
Yeah,
that's
right.
what it was. It's not an easy job. I got to give him credit for hanging in there. So, but it's been good. It's been really a good relationship.
Yeah, so with the lack of a business plan, it was basically talking about it that helped. Like these are the things that one needs to understand, like your marketing plan, your manufacturing plan, your financials, everything. So we basically talked about a business plan for 2 years without ever actually producing one. The benefit, of course, is that he was able to understand what he had to do, set his objectives, and we argued about a lot of things too, but but that's the way it is, the way it should be.
That's great.
she's testing some right now. She has to do a push test to make sure all the pins are locked in place. So this is another one we're building. I think this is one of the other ones you had a picture of. One thing about cable assemblies is a lot of labor, a lot of hands-on. I mean, each wire has to be stripped and tinned. All these markers have to be put on and shrunk down. And then they're inserted in a connector, and then they're laid out on the board and harnessed. A lot of work goes into that. Here's Susan.
Yeah.
It's just some other jobs we do for some of the local customers. We take a battery and we put a thermistor inside, solder up a thermistor, and attach a cable for their application. Just another little cable packed ready to go. Another little cable assembly that we built for a customer. We just purchased a pull tester. It's a requirement of us that every pin that we put, every terminal and pin we put on every wire must pass a certain amount of pull test. Yeah, if you take this wire, stick it in there, open it up. Okay, first of all, I gotta turn the machine on. Okay, it takes a couple minutes to heat up. Now, this one requirement is if this is an 18 gauge wire, I have to go over across the chart and says, okay, must pass a 32 pound pull test. So it's warming up, and then after I'm done, I would take and I would just bring it back.
To that pound. Great.
You know, he's doing a job right now. We just shipped 300 of them 2 weeks ago. Now he's doing another run of 400. This bladder bag right here, okay, that we do for the customer, the one I mentioned, okay, the first step is to take 2 sheets, weld them together, and then punch out the holes. This is a dual bladder bag, which allows the air to travel between 2 bags. And that's why we punch the holes in.
Oh.
Okay. Then we take another 2 sheets, sit it on another fixture, put one on the top, one on the bottom. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that goes inside the seat, and that's the lumbar. So what we do is we weld 2 bags together. We also weld this strap to this piece of plastic, which is a support so it don't blow up too far. And then we take the bag and we mount it to a piece of plastic. So this takes 4 operations in order to get one. So here's the second ladder we do. We buy the plastic. A local company right up the street machines this plastic out for me. And then we apply the Velcro. We mold these 2 bags, RF weld these 2 bags, and then we attach these ports. Okay, this one, the orange port is molded right into the bag. And then when it's done, it looks like a dog bone. And that's pretty much how it got started. And now, like I said, we've been here a year. Last January we got this facility, and we're up to 9 people. Like I mentioned, 7 full-time and 2 part-time. And we had a really, I'd say for a little company like us, a really good year last year. We shipped a lot of product. Okay, we're talking to King, who's mentoring us, who's a great guy. Okay, that we're going to slow down this year. Meaning we're not going to go pursue a lot more new customers. It's more important for me is to put all your processes in place. We want to go after our AS9100 certification. We want to put together a business plan, an employee manual, and do all the things that we need to do in order to launch the company, even to get it to grow bigger. So we had a good year. We're going to try to maintain that same level, maybe very little growth, but if we put all those things into place, next year we could, double.
Good job.
I got to give him credit.